The astrological eighth house. Alright, let's get into it. Following the relational contract of the seventh house, the astrological journey plunges into the profound and often unsettling depths of the eighth. If the seventh is the handshake, the eighth is the merger. It's the house of shared resources, transformation, death, and rebirth. Governed by Pluto and Scorpio, the eighth house is the realm of the taboo, the intense and the psychologically complex. It is not concerned with the superficial or the disposable. Its domain is that which is irrevocably fused, deeply buried, and powerfully transformative. The most tangible manifestation of the eighth house is in the realm of shared resources and finances. This is not the income we earn ourselves, the second house, but the assets we merge with others. It governs inheritance, taxes, debts, investments, alimony, and joint financial ventures. The eighth house asks us to navigate the power dynamics and trust inherent in sharing material wealth. It forces a confrontation with our values around dependency, control, and what we are owed or owe to others. An afflicted eighth house can indicate struggles with debt or financial entanglements, while a strong one can show an aptitude for managing shared resources or regenerative wealth. However, to see the eighth house only as a financial sector is to miss its core, pulsing essence, psychological transformation. This is the house of death, not merely as a physical event, but as a metaphor for all endings that precede rebirth. It is the process of catharsis, of burning away what is false and outgrown to uncover a more essential, resilient self. This death can be the end of a relationship, a career, an identity, or a deeply held belief. The eighth house is the phoenix's fire. It is where we are broken down to be rebuilt. Planets in the eighth house often indicate an area of life where an individual will experience repeated cycles of crisis, purging, and regeneration, emerging each time with greater depth and power. This deep, penetrative energy makes the eighth house the domain of psychology, obsession, and the shadow self. It compels us to explore what is hidden in ourselves and others and in the world. It rules our fascination with mystery, sex, power, and the occult. This is not the casual curiosity of the ninth house, but a need to merge with the mystery to understand the deepest, often darkest truths of existence. The eighth house asks us to confront our taboos, our fears, and our primal instincts. It is the source of magnetic charisma and obsessive passion, but also of jealousy, control issues, and the will to dominate or be dominated. Intimacy is another cornerstone of the eighth house. While the seventh house rules the partnership itself, the eighth house governs the act of truly merging with another person. This is the vulnerability of emotional, psychological, and physical intimacy, the act of dropping our defenses and being seen in our rawest form. It is the trust required to share not just a home or a bank account, but one's deepest fears, desires, and psychic space. This level of intimacy is a form of psychic death as it requires the surrender of the ego's boundaries, promising rebirth through profound connection. So the eighth house is the crucible of the soul. Okay. It is the point in the chart where we are invited to relinquish control and surrender to the powerful and personal forces of transformation. It is a challenging house associated with loss, crisis, and all that we fear. Yet its gift is unparalleled, the gift of true empowerment that comes only from facing our shadows, the gift of resilience forged in the fire of experience, and the gift of profound intimacy that arises from absolute vulnerability. The eighth house teaches that from every ending, every little death, comes the potential for a more authentic and powerful beginning. It is the alchemy that turns lead into gold, fear into power, and death into life. Thank you for watching.